Good, how are you?
I'm a little tired, I'm not gonna lie. But hanging in there.
Hanging in there. That's all you can do.
Brett. For real.
Are we seated?
I did y'all thing.
I think Abby's gonna record.
Face. Now.
Yeah, Thank God, right there.
It's for stand with
And I just felt like it makes it look like no, actually don't. Very far. That was the thing about it. She could have won. Oh my God! That's good. Very small town. All right, everyone, the time is now 7:30 and this meeting is now called to order. Would anyone like to utilize open forum at this time?
Johnston at large.
Right. I'm like,
So with the semester coming to a close, I know everyone has a lot of schoolwork over the next couple weeks. So I want to encourage y'all to finish strong. But also make sure you take care of yourself and not just your schoolwork. Schedule in some time to do something fun that you enjoy, like getting lunch with a friend or going to the pool, something like that. And by doing this, you can make yourself do a bunch of schoolwork before and then reward yourself with something you enjoy. Well,
Hey all, another organization I'm part of is doing a philanthropy event on Wednesday from 10 to 2 on the concourse. We're partnering with Be the Match, which means that you get your cheeks swabbed, and then until you're 61, you can be put into a listserv basically where you'll be able to donate. Usually it's like blood donations where you can say lymphoma and plenty of different other blood disorders. So we'll be there from 10 to 2 on Wednesday.
What organization is that?
That I'm a part of, Farmhouse Fraternity.
Thank you so much.
Second time's the charm. Brown business. Hey guys. So I sent a text in our Senate group me, and no one responded. So right now, Javid and I have meetings with dining every week, and we represent business and engineering, the two biggest colleges. We only know what's going on in our colleges, so we don't know what's going on in COSAM or College of Liberal Arts or Forestry or anything like that. And so we can't represent y'all if we don't know what's going on. There's no way that I would know like a need that y'all would have. And so I'm trying to be more diverse and inclusive and represent everybody fairly. And so in order to do that, I need y'all to tell me what I can do to help. Shout out Senator Northington, who sent me a long list of how dining could help. And they literally sent a survey to all the pharmacy students on like what all they could do to literally like redo dining over there. And dining is literally like, pretty much the theme of them is like, the answer is yes, what's the question? Like they literally want to say yes to everything. They're so easy to work with. So like if y'all just tell me what you want me to work on, I'm happy to do it, but you'll have to send me that. So if y'all could, go text me the answer to those questions for your college because you signed up to represent your college and everyone's kind of tired of surveys, so y'all are the best way to represent that. Okay. On that note, please text me your answers.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to utilize open forum at this time? All right, moving on. We will now go into the approval of the minutes. The minutes were sent out electronically both last week and this morning. Are there any corrections that need to be made to the minutes? Seeing none, these minutes are now approved and corrected. We'll now move into our reports from our officers, beginning with our President, Jay Caiston.
Hey guys, so just a couple of quick updates from me. So one thing I'm excited about is the CLA Dean search is nearing an end, and an announcement will be made in the next few days about who the next dean will be. So CLA senators, get excited for that. I'm working with Dr. Ruthie Spears, the Director of Academic Advising, on having a student panel at the Academic Advisor kind of symposium. So this is like their convention where all academic advisors get together, and so the idea is the student panel will be able to share, you know, what the great things advisors are doing for students right now and the specific areas where they may be able to improve. And so if y'all have any feedback or just suggestions for me, that'd be super helpful. Additionally, this is Board of Trustee week. So we have a Board of Trustee meeting on Friday. And so super excited about that. This Wednesday, there's going to be trustee orientation for our 2 new trustees. So I'm excited about that. And I will have a lot to report on Monday when we get back after the Board of Trustee meeting. But thank you all so much. Hope you all have a great week.
Thank you, Jake. And now moving to our report from our treasurer, Jake Darling.
Guys, only thing relevant to y'all immediately is ring night is this Thursday. We're not doing anything better on Thursday from 5 to 8. Show up, show out. It'll be a great event. We're going to make it very postable on your social media. That's kind of the vibe we're going for. We're really trying to expand on that and kind of make it easier to promote Auburn events, because in the past it's just been something you just kind of go and you just do the ceremony and leave. We're trying to make it much more of an experience now. And so I'd really like for y'all to come out and just kind of see how you like it, see how things look, get some feedback, whatever you want to do. We'd just love to see y'all out there. That's all we need. Thank you.
Thank you. And now our report from our Executive Vice President of Cabinet Administration.
Hey y'all. So we had our first cabinet tonight, which went really well. Finally had the entire group together on Monday night. Few announcements from me. So all of you know of the all SGA box folder that Coleman created the other day. Y'all have access to that through y'all's box, and I went in and created a folder for cabinet information. What this will be is you'll be able to see the minutes from every cabinet. So if y'all are looking for anything that relates specifically to any of the projects that you want to do, or if you just kind of want to stay up to date on what's being discussed at cabinet and all the different teams, please feel free to utilize that. Ask me any questions. Ask any of us questions. With that, that's all I have today.
Thank you. And now our report from our Executive Vice President of Communications and Marketing.
Hey y'all, nothing too new from me. Just keep reposting and commenting and liking on everything we post on social. Share the Ron on the Lawn graphics. That would help Fluker and his team out. And then also, in the Senate recap, we're going to send out a form so that y'all can suggest marketing ideas for over the summer and for coming up. So this is something that you wouldn't necessarily submit a marketing request for. So if you wanted to do a Senate spotlight, something like that would be great on this form. If you wanted to highlight Juneteenth, something like that. Any other random projects that you don't necessarily need to fill out a request for would be great on this form, and then we'll reach out to you, connect with you, figure out how we can achieve those projects. So yeah.
Thank you, Abby. And now our report from our Executive Vice President of Outreach.
Hey y'all, don't forget Ron on the Lawn is this Thursday. Come talk to the mayor, get some tumors lemonade, and kind of get to know his passion for the students and kind of connect with him more. This past Thursday, I went to the State of Inclusion and Diversity Conference with Coleman and John David. We just kind of got to talk with other leaders on campus about how Auburn is making strides to become a more inclusive and equitable community. Continue promoting Auburn Answers, aub.ie/Auburn Answers. So any feedback that you hear during your office hours or with your friends or anything, tell them to submit Auburn Answers or submit it yourself. And if you have any benchmarking requests or anything, do that on AU Involve. The feedback and assessment team is really excited to work for y'all. So if you have any questions about anything and you need any research done, let me or let Katie Atwater know. She's the one that did the benchmarking boot camp a couple weeks ago. And lastly, does everybody know what AU10 is? If you don't, it is where students get 10% discounts at different businesses downtown and around Auburn. I have a QR code. I'll send it in the Senate group me. Just be continuing to use that. If you don't know about it, start using it. Just ask businesses if they use it. Hey, that's all for me.
Thank you. And last but not least, we have our report from our Executive Vice President of Initiatives.
Awesome. Very brief one for me. Lift graphics. Abby posted that on SGA social media on Instagram last week, and I'm going to get it where either I or Coleman sends it in the students in the group me, and hopefully y'all will publicize that, put that on y'all's stories. That's a really great program that administrators have worked hard to partner with Lyft to get. So we really need to publicize that and make sure students know about it and start using it. Nextly, parking updates. There's a couple changes to faculty parking zones and where they can park. Nothing specifically pertaining to students and their lots, but with these changes to the faculty lots, every lot will be more strict on tickets and towing. So if you have a C-lot zone or C-lot zone and you park somewhere else, maybe louder, you most likely will get a ticket or towed. So when students come up to you saying they're getting tickets and stuff like that, just kind of publicize like, hey, you're not allowed to go in Louder at all. You're not allowed to go in the library deck at all. So just kind of forewarn students for the next fall, because it's going to be more strict. And just make sure students know where they can park. If they don't know, Eb has a great information on that. He knows how to work the AU parking app fantastic, so send them Eb's way. Lastly, update on hours for the Student Center. I know Rhett talked about doing, or I don't know if he talked about, we're doing the up all night in the library, but in the Student Center specifically, the hours will be, or the Student Center will be open until 11, and then Starbucks will stay open until 10:30 p.m., serving coffee and some snacks. So if students don't want to study in the library and they want to find a different place, they can come study here, and they will have food and beverages. So just keep that on y'all's radar. Thank you.
Thank you, John David. And now moving into our reports from our standing committees, beginning with academic affairs.
John at large, and I hope everyone had a great Easter. But as far as we go, the Scan Home project is coming to an end. This is on May 10th. Auburn is making that the Scan Home that day, and then they'll be using the usual project on Thursday, and then we'll create bubble sheets that will be replacing the Scan Home. So that project has come to an end. So if anyone has any ideas on these projects, please come to me or any of our committee. But
Wait, Madeline, I have a little bit more context about the bubble sheet. So this came from a meeting that I had with the Intertechnology Council on Thursday morning. And you can go look up more information on aub.ie/Scantron. But basically, it'll be linked directly to a Canvas course. Your teachers will be able to print out these bubble sheets, and so it won't be Scantron, or you can print them yourselves, and it'll upload straight to Canvas, and it'll be able to grade that way. I think it'll be really beneficial for students going forward, but we are very upset that this project has come to an end, sadly, but really excited to see what else y'all have to do.
So BSU is like very important.
But for the rest of our projects this meeting, tomorrow we'll really be focusing on the final steps for the summer so that we can be as productive as possible. That's it for me.
Thank you, Madeline. And now our report from our Budget and Finance Committee.
Seward business. So first, we have a Miss Auburn Reserve Fund request that will be, it's not this week, but it's coming up. So be on the lookout for that. And then last week, I sent out the intro email to all the SAOs and SAPs. And this week, all of our committee members will send out their individual ones. And then we finalized our timeline for this summer, and the first date is going to be initial budgets, and those are going to be due June 1st, and then I'll go through the rest of them next week, but that's all I have.
Thank you. And now our report from our Code of Laws Committee.
Erin, COSAM. Okay, so a few things for me tonight. Miss Homecoming timeline has been finalized, and it's going to come across the floor tonight as future order. And a program expansion fund budget law code change is also coming across the floor tonight.
So it's been good.
And then finally, I'm working on a campaign voting day timeline project for the upcoming spring SGA elections. And really the idea so far for preliminary purposes is moving the entire timeline forward 24 hours. So that would put campaign kickoff at 3 p.m. on Monday. Voting day would be Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then on Friday, we'd have e-board hearings that morning, call outs 8 p.m. So if y'all have any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, I'd love to hear. And I have a meeting with Hope Johnson on Friday to talk about that. She's in the directions. So if you have anything, let me know, but I'd love to hear y'all's feedback.
Thank you. And now our report from our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee.
Okay, Rickle CLA. So I hope everyone had a great Easter if you choose to celebrate. A couple things from me. So first, Senator Cochran is looking at different women's organizations across campus. There have been certain reports of harassment and certain things on the basis of gender, and so she's looking across different organizations to kind of see what that experience looks like. Lucy Alford is working on honors classes and reaching out to diversity and honors to see what that looks like. And then I also have a meeting that I've been waiting on the 20th to talk about a bunch of different things that I still want to continue here in DBI with John Robinson and Steve for the Cross-Cultural Center of Excellence. A couple of things on feedback. So regarding the holidays, I know that like on the basis of whatever you choose to worship or to celebrate, please reach out to me if there's any like class timing issues. I know that like Good Friday was this Friday, and a lot of people had trouble getting home and canceling their classes and stuff, even though they celebrate that religion. And then the last thing is run on the lawn. Make sure that you go out. It's also important to, you know, diversify our experiences. So it'd be really good to see everybody out there and talking to our mayor. So thanks.
Thank you. And now our report from our Student Affairs Committee.
Justin, engineering. To start off with dining, this week is Employee Appreciation Week. So if you're ever at the dining hall or if you're ever interacting with any service workers this week, please give them a thank you. Please let them know how appreciated they are for everything they do for this campus. Secondly, we're exploring options to do a pizza delivery service for finals week. You might get a budget bill sometime next week, but we're still exploring options on that. The rec is, we're doing rec office hours Wednesday at 4 this week. Senator Gilmer and Senator Nyack will be heading that. If you're interested in doing it next week, especially to the at-large senators, if you're interested, please let me know so we can get something scheduled, or not this upcoming week, but next. And then finally, I'll be meeting with a representative from the New York Times to explore options to get a free subscription service for students. Thank you.
Thank you. And now our report from our Executive Committee.
Jones at large. So just a reminder to fill out your office hour forms for tonight. Outside of that, I'm technically not assigned to a specific committee, so if you have anything that you need me to be working on or just need me for anything, just let me know. I'm looking for a good project this year. Also, too, we're going to do live sign-ups again this week for 9 hours, and then they'll be included for next week and not be there last month.
We have 8 slots for this first come, first serve.
What do you want?
Gracie and I are going to do tomorrow at 12.
Tomorrow at 12? That's adorable.
Can I get tomorrow at 11?
I do like Wednesdays at 5 o'clock.
A dinner option, spicing it up.
Can we do Thursday at 8 a.m.?
Just you?
Oh, they did. Sorry. We're one and the same. Sorry.
8, cut off, done. Thank y'all. All right, and now, with the conclusion of our reports from our committees, we will now move into our reports from our liaisons. Beginning with the Honors Congress.
Wood Honors Congress. Not too much to report. Just we're planning a leadership retreat at some point, probably this weekend. Just sort of get to know our new executive team, which is all pretty much set, and just sort of preparing for the fall. And that's all to report.
Thank you. And now our report from the Auburn Student Veterans.
or student veterans. Hey everyone, hope y'all are doing well. I don't have that much today. We officially have our new officers, and I mentioned in my confirmation that Leo was the president, so just wanted to say that again. We had our first meeting last week, and we really just went over all the goals that we wanted to accomplish. And two things that stood out to me. I just wanted to remind y'all that ASVA isn't just for veterans. Anybody can join the ASVA. I'm sure one of you in here has some type of military connection. So if you're a dependent and you want to join us, and you can actually be a receptionist at the ASVA or at the resource center. But really, we're welcoming anybody to join. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. Also, we talked about how we do a lot of big events. We do the Operation Iron Ruck. We do our annual gala. But we don't really have a lot of little events that we do as far as just volunteering events or things with the local community, which I thought would be a good thing to bring up here. So if anybody has anything that they think ASVA would be good to join, or any recommendations for me, I would very much appreciate that. But yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Molly. And now our report from the ROTC.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Real quick, I don't want to take much of y'all's time, but two quick things. So first off, a big thing of ROTC is just community service hours. So right now we have a total of over 300 service hours just for Navy. Army and Air Force have about 200 each as well. But something that we're trying to do is just find other ways to be involved in the community, sort of what VA is doing, I guess, just trying to figure out ways to serve and give back. So if y'all have any ways, please text me or email me. We're always looking for different ways just to give back. The other thing I have is I will be meeting with the Army CO and the Air Force CO, who are both they'll be new in the fall, just like talking with them about what they want the position to look like, because I've never really talked with them before. I don't think they know it exists, but that's okay. So I'll be talking with them as well as the Navy CO just to see like what they want and what their goals for it is. That's all I got. Thank you all.
Thank you. And next in order, we have our current orders of business. So if everyone would pull out their computers at this time and go to the Microsoft Teams page.
On the light. Going.
I probably need one for round two.
Probably.
There you go.
Treadwell Business, I ask for approval of the following: Maddie McDougall, Director of Aubie; Riley Ferguson, Director of Aubie; Mary Frances Moore, Director of Aubie; Madison Larson, Director of Aubie; Emmy Beeson, Director of Freshman Forum; Zay Youngblood, Assistant Director of Freshman Forum; Betsy Glenn, Assistant Director of Freshman Forum; Jack Johnson, Assistant Director of Freshman Forum; Bennett Harris, Director of Recruitment; Vanessa Juguna, Director of Recruitment; Lana Bailey, Director of Public Relations; Tiffany Osborne, Director of Public Relations; Sarah Grace Stubblefield, Director of Public Relations; Vivian Stabler, Director of Photography; Caroline Kelly, Director of Photography; Meg O'Keefe, Director of Photography; Noah Hinton, Director of Photography; Lane Martin, Director of Social Media; Heath McNeil, Director of Videography; Lori Wakefield, Director of Videography; Lauren Asher, Director of Web Development; Ansley Daniel, Director of Auburn Rings; Elizabeth Edwards, Director of Auburn Rings; Elizabeth Middleton, Director of Auburn Rings; Cole Wheeler, Director of Auburn Rings; William Goodner, Director of Auburn Rings; Anna Claire Dismukes, Director of Auburn Rings; Jacob Saavedra, Director of Financial Projects, Rohan Sen, Director of Financial Projects, Peyton Carr, Director of Financial Projects, Vincent Indovina, Director of Financial Projects, Morgan Brandon, Director of Academic Initiatives, Ashley Evans, Director of Academic Initiatives, Walton Redden, Director of Academic Initiatives, Caleb Chance, Director of Academic Initiatives, Drew Daniel, Director of Athletic Initiatives. Wynn Jones, Director of Organizational Seating Program, Maggie Grote, Assistant Director of Organizational Seating Program, Emery Wagner, Assistant Director of Organizational Seating Program, George Turner, Assistant Director of Organizational Seating Program, Marley Green, Assistant Director of Organizational Seating Program, Garrison Schenker, Director of Campus Dining, Michael Chang, Director of Campus Dining, Colin Rigor, Director of Health and Wellness, Ella Horsley, Assistant Director of Health and Wellness, Megan Webster, Director of University Housing, Robert Rucando, Director of Facility Projects, Ben Blauser, Director of Information Technology, Madison Ashley, Director of Parking and Transportation, Ryan Corper, Director of Parking and Transportation, Mallory Kiger, Director of Safety Initiatives, Catherine Ann Davis, Director of Sustainability, Olivia Sutherland, Director of City Relations, Judson Lisenby, Assistant Director of City Relations, Joe Bellardo, Director of Civic Engagement, Sloan Saxon, Director of Civic Engagement, Cole Stacey, Director of Government Relations, Carter Funderburk, Assistant Director of Government Relations, Chase Bentley, Director of Auburn Answers, Emily Hall, Director of Auburn Answers, Vasavi Prakash, Director of Research and Assessment, Elizabeth Bartlett, Director of Research and Assessment, Catherine Steele, Director of Research and Assessment, Lily Grace Thome, Director of Hay Day and Creed Day, Forrest Ann Watson, Assistant Director of Hay Day and Creed Day, Mary Coker Green, Assistant Director of Hay Day and Creed Day, Jack Hilton, Assistant Director of Hay Day and Creed Day, Sam Lagan, Assistant Director of Hay Day and Creed Day, Christian Rome, Director of Outreach Projects, Haley Clayton, Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Projects, Scotland Sims, Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Initiatives, Emma Petty, Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Initiatives. I move to pass this bill as written.
Thank you, Thomas. There's been a motion to pass this bill as written. Is there a second? Second. Is there any debate? Seeing none, we'll move into a vote. Please click the link in your Microsoft Teams page to vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye and voting yes. All opposed, please signify by saying no and voting no.
Like she
The what? All right, it looks like the ayes have it and this bill is passed. Congratulations to all of our new cabinet directors and assistant directors. Next in order, we have our future orders of business. Starting with PSSB 22042501.
Jones at Large asks for approval of the following. Friday, August 19th at 4:45 p.m. we'll have the Miss Homecoming nominations due. Thursday, August 25th at 4:45 p.m. Declarations of intent will be due. Tuesday, September 20th, 3 p.m. Kickoff will be due, or kickoff will happen. Friday, September 23rd, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. will be voting day.
Are there any questions on this future order? Seeing none, we'll move on. Thank you, John David. Next, we have PSSB 22042502.
Wavra Engineering. I ask for the approval of the following. Section 1104.2. Requests for funding shall be made to the Student Senate through the Budget and Finance Committee Chair. Subsequently, a recommendation of the Budget and Finance Committee shall be made to the Student Senate Executive Committee. Provision 1104.2.1. The programmed expansion fund will be available for request on a needs basis. Upon receiving a request, the Budget and Finance Committee must take action within 2 weeks of the date the request is submitted. Any request must be made through the Budget and Finance Committee Chair and may include the need for accompanying documentation. Provision 1104.2.2. For requests to be considered during a given semester, it must be submitted to the Budget and Finance Committee Chair at least 3 weeks prior to the final Senate meeting of that semester. Now, 1104.2.3, I request be struck from the Code of Laws. An increase of greater than 20% to a general budget line item of a student activity organization must be requested from the Program Expansion Fund. Such a request will not be entertained during a Budget and Finance hearing. 1104.2.3. Any funds allocated to a student activity organization from the Program Expansion Fund must be used for the specific programming item that was originally presented to the Budget and Finance Committee. And then 1104.2.4 reads, any changes to the individual budget must be approved by the Chair of the Budget and Finance Committee.
Are there any questions on this future order?
Y'all would like me to clarify what I'm doing? That's fine, because I understand this language is a little confusing and therefore you might not know what to ask. This provision just requests that, so in the fall when the Budget and Finance Committee reviews all of the SAO's budgets, this states that anything that's greater than a 20% increase cannot be presented at that time and must go through the Program Expansion Fund, either later or earlier in the year. This is just kind of streamlining and making this more efficient, as well as giving a little more discretion to the Budget and Finance Committee, because that's exactly what they do. And all of this information, everything on the budget is presented to the Student Senate, so it's not like we won't get to see it anyways.
Thank you. Are there any more questions on this future order? All right, thank you. All right, this concludes our future orders of business for tonight, and I only have a few announcements before we adjourn. So next week will be our final Senate of the semester. I'm really proud of all the work that all of you have already done, but going into the summer, I encourage all of you to continue to make great strides in what you're doing and to work on the projects that you really want to see and to be able to make some change in Auburn coming up next semester. SGA headshots were taken today. Thank you to everyone who came. But they will also be taken again on Sunday the 24th from 3 to 5 p.m. on the front of Cater Lawn. Please plan to attend this time if you didn't come today, because we want all of them to look consistent and so all of your beautiful faces can be up on the website. Next, please continue to submit anonymous Auburn answer reports. When you gather feedback from your office hours, just put in there, when you submit an anonymous report, just say from Senate office hour, and so the feedback team is able to continue to keep accurate records of what's going on. Next, all this week, I have been going through the mountains and mountains of archives we have for the Student Senate, and I've been pulling every resolution and commendation that I can find, and I'll upload those into the box folder just so all of you have access to be able to see just kind of what's been done in the past. I found a really cool one earlier today from 1998 that I sent over to Grant about aviation management, and it's really been cool to see what all the Student Senate's been able to accomplish, and I hope you'll be able to take some of these resolutions and commendations and make your own and really make a difference in what you can see in the Student Senate going forward. And then finally, we have selected our new College of Education president, vice president, and senator. We will confirm these positions next week, but at this time, would everyone please give a big round of applause to our new College of Education senator, Angela Williams. Stand up. All right, that is, Jamie, do you have anything? All right, that is all from me at this time, but keep up the great work and remember to dining video. Jabin, who do you want in the dining video? Who do you want in the dining video? Everyone? Okay, everyone come to the front once I adjourn, and we will be taking a video saying thank you to dining.
Basically, we're sending a
All right.
thank you video to dining. And then Jake's going to say, on behalf of Auburn SGA, and then right after he says SGA, y'all are going to say thank you in unison. Do you think we can do it? I believe in you guys. Yeah, maybe like wave. Jamie's right. Thank you. Yeah. Maybe like wave, listen up, hold it. Wait, okay. So is everyone clear what we're doing? When you say thank you, you can like wave. You don't have to be like awkward. But as soon as the A starts jumping out, we're gonna be like, thank you. So it's like fast. So it's like thank you. Whatever people like I don't know because I can get it.
You want to get in it?
Hey, Gracie, Casey, all y'all, we all come in to the like kind of the middle. I need to move when they call this. Yeah. Nothing past like this now.
Do we sit or stand?
We can sit on. We can just stand. Yeah. Like
Do you want me to be in this? You get in it.
Thanks, Ray. Okay. Does everyone know the plan? Okay, you're just gonna be quiet until like on behalf of all of Auburn SGA. Right after he says SGA, everyone says thank you. Okay? You can wait, it can just be like normal. I'll tag you. Okay, ready? Okay, ready? Okay, ready? Yeah, you were done. Good job.
All right, you're dismissed.
Thank you all. Remember that.